Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video I'm going to discuss about something which we all have faced at some point, that is toxic people and how they drain our energy. If you have ever walked away from an interaction feeling emotionally exhausted or doubting yourself, then this video is for you. So let's dive into how to protect our energy and create healthy boundaries without feeling guilty. So without any further delay, let's just directly jump into the video. So first we are going to understand what are toxic people. So they are not just people who annoy us or have bad days. We all have those moments. Toxic people are the ones who constantly drain your energy, disrespect your boundaries, and leave you feeling worse after you interact with them or after you spend time with them. It could be a co-worker who is constantly gossiping about somebody or about you, a friend who constantly talks about themselves or doesn't value your opinions or doesn't value you basically, a partner who manipulates you emotionally, or even a family member who criticizes you constantly. These behaviors can affect your mental health, confidence, and how you see yourself. So here's the thing, we cannot always avoid them, right? Especially if they are close or they are family members or the people you work with. That's why protecting your energy is the key. Why protecting your energy matters. When you let toxic behavior affect you, it can spill over into every aspect of your life. You might overthink a rude comment for hours, and you might feel too drained to focus on your personal growth or even starting doubting your worth. But here's the good thing, you have the power to set your boundaries and control how much access people have to your energy. And it's not selfish, it's necessary. And when you protect your energy, you will find more room for peace, focus, and happiness. Now, let's talk about the main portion of this video, and that is how to protect your energy around toxic people. I'll give you some tips which I am also implementing in my life and it is really helpful. So, let's talk about those. Tip number 1, recognizing the patterns. Start by paying attention to how certain people make you feel. Do you feel anxious, drained, or frustrated after talking to them? That's your sign that your body and mind is telling you that this person is affecting your energy. For example, if a friend is constantly belittling you or your achievements, or a friend who constantly interrupts you while you talk or while you share your opinion, you should notice the pattern and don't dismiss it as one of the rare ones, okay? These repeated behaviors reveals their impact on your energy. Now let's talk about tip number 2, that is set clear boundaries. So boundaries are your defense, okay? For example, if someone in your life loves to gossip, sometimes it's fine. Like we all do the gossip about some things here and there. I'm not talking about that. Sometimes people are gossiping about somebody's achievements, somebody's looks or and other things about life in a way that they want to belittle them, and they do it constantly, and they also want to drag you into that negativity. Just politely change the subject or limit your time with them from the next time. When it comes to relationships, boundaries might look like saying, that I need time before we have this discussion. If you are not comfortable, to answer something, if you're not comfortable to have a discussion which that will ultimately drain your energy, then please refrain from having that discussion. Or if you are getting disrespected in any way, just tell them that I am not comfortable with the way you are speaking to me. Setting boundaries in relationships can prevent emotional manipulation or arguments that drain you completely. Let's move on to the next tip, and that is limit your exposure. Let's face it, you can't avoid every toxic person in your life, but you can control how much time you spend with them. For example, at work, keep conversations with toxic coworkers strictly professional, okay? And avoid engaging in unnecessary drama. Same goes for friendships, okay? If a friend is not good for your mental health, or you are just spending time, but you have that gut feeling, right? Something is off. So that time you see this pattern and limit your time with them. In relationships, limiting exposure could mean spending less time with a partner who constantly criticizes you. Instead, you should start focusing on the activities which you enjoy, like spending time with supportive friends, or spend time pursuing your hobbies or the things which you love. Now let's talk about the next step, and that is practice emotional detachment. One of the most important lessons I have learned is that you don't have to absorb someone else's negativity. Just create a protective bubble around you and picture their toxic words bouncing off. For example, in relationships, if a partner blames you for their bad mood, remind yourself that their emotions are their responsibility, not yours. Or imagine about a friend who is constantly complaining about their life, but they're never taking the steps to improve it. And every time you offer some genuine advice, they dismiss it somehow and they keep venting it out, okay? So instead of absorbing their negativity, you should practice emotional detachment and you should start listening without investing your emotions. You can't just say that I hear what you are going through and you should find some right time to fix this or address this. I'm here for you to listen to it, but I cannot fix it for you. And this allows you to support them without getting emotionally drained. Or suppose a family member who always criticizes you for your choices, whether it's your career, relationships, or even how you should spend your time. Instead of letting their words affect you, you can tell yourself their opinion is based on their own perspective and experiences. It's not your reality. I know the path I am in, and that's what matters. And you could also set boundaries, like, whenever they bring that topic, you can just walk away or just tell them politely that I'm not rather going to discuss this today. Another example could be someone explodes in anger. So a person who yells at you in anger or reacts, emotionally during disagreements, instead of escalating the situation further, you can just practice emotional detachment by staying calm and saying that I'm willing to continue this conversation when both of us can talk calmly, okay? This can protect your energy while setting a standard for respectful conversation. So, emotional detachment doesn't mean that you stop caring about other people. You care about them, you have the sympathy or empathy for them, but it's about recognizing that you cannot control other people's actions or reactions, but you can control your response and you can create a buffer or space between you and the negativity, which is really important for your well being. Now, the tip number 5 is watch for signs of relationship toxicity. Sometimes we are too close to a person to recognize the toxicity or realize how mean they can be at times. Just look out for these signs. Number 1 is manipulation. Are they making you feel guilty for setting your boundaries? Examples can be that you have made some plans to hang out with your friends, but your partner keeps saying things like, it seems that they are more important than me. They can just tell you, like, I thought you care about me more than them, but it's the opposite. Things like this. And this is a guilt tripping behavior and is a subtle way of, controlling your actions by making you feel bad. Or when they are constantly, checking your phone or, your interactions with others, or, questioning you when you are spending your time with someone else, and they will just give you the reason that I was just looking out for you because I care for you and lot of other things. One or two times is fine, but if this happens continuously and if it's a pattern, then it's not care. It is just their controlling behavior rooted in insecurity. And also, if they are discouraging you from meeting your friends or family, saying things like, why do you need them, or why do you need to spend time with them when you have me, things like that. And why it's toxic? Because isolation is a common tactic used to control and limit your support system, leaving you only dependent on them, okay? Or watch for signs of lack of accountability, like they never take the responsibility for their actions or the things they do, or for their anger or for their bad mood, and they will just blame it on others or the circumstances, okay? For instance, if they lose their temper, they could just say that you made me do it, or you did this thing so I did that, I reacted in that way, instead of apologizing. And this lack of accountability prevents your growth and creates a relationship where you are always at fault. So if you find yourself constantly apologizing for the things which you haven't done or which you are not responsible for, then it's time to step back and re-evaluate the relationship. Protecting your energy means handling these red flags head on. Now let's move on to the tip number 6, and that is surround yourself with positive energy. So you can counteract the negativity by surrounding yourself with uplifting people who inspire and support you. For example, start spending more time with a friend or a family member who uplifts you or encourages you to do things. This creates a balance where the positive relationships heal the energy that the toxic people drain. Now, the next step is focus on your self care. When you are drained, self care is not a luxury, it's a lifeline, okay? Take your time to meditate, journal, or do things which you love for your emotional well being. For example, after a difficult conversation, I do like to write down the things or my thoughts to process what just happened. If you don't want to write it down, you can just talk to yourself, about the things which has just happened, and this can help you release the negativity up to a certain extent, and you can focus on what truly matters. Now let's move on to the last step of this video, and that is seek professional help. If someone's toxic behavior has deeply impacted your mental health or your emotional well-being, don't hesitate to seek professional help. Therapy can give you some tools to manage these situations and create a plan to protect your energy. For example, a therapist can help you navigate how to deal with a toxic family member or a friend or a partner while maintaining your peace. I'll be honest, this has been really a huge learning curve for me. Like, I have told that I have been a people pleaser most of my life, and it took me years to realize that protecting my energy isn't about being selfish, it's about self respect. I have dealt with things where I felt I was constantly walking on eggshells. It took me a long time to realize that their criticism wasn't about me, it was their own insecurities, okay? I'll be honest, everything is not picture perfect yet, but once I started to set boundaries and prioritized myself, I started to feel free again. So just remember that protecting your energy isn't easy, especially if you are empathetic like me, but it's one of the best thing you can do for you and your mental well-being. Okay, so let me know in the comments, have you ever dealt with a toxic person, or what are the strategies that have worked for you, so that together we can create peaceful and happy lives that we deserve. So that was the video, guys. If you found this video helpful, then please do not forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Till then, bye bye, take care.